Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Congratulations on the new job, Neeley.
Well, thanks.
I'm assuming you got one since you're telling these stories.
I am telling these stories because I do have a new job.
Sweet.
With like real people.
With American white people. Yeah, they're not people of dark skin color.
Okay. Just hopefully they haven't gotten bit by the same great American capitalist job creator bug.
Right.
Does, at least that one story sounds like total corporate America to me.
No talking on Mondays?
I mean, not no talking on Monday, but the same type of mindless micromanagement.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. And these people,
we're changing your hours, so you have to stay 45 minutes later because managers come in at such and such time, and you can't be trusted for 45 minutes when there are no hall monitors to keep watch on you.
Exactly, and these people were the kings of micromanagement.
Yeah, well, not that the whole Indian thing isn't kind of weird too, but plenty of white people are given to this sort of short dick, midget corporate management type syndrome. My desk is a substitute for my dick.
Okay.
I spent 10 years getting to get to this position by buffing management shoes with my hair, so I'm going to make you do it to me.
There is a lot of that out there.
Yeah, there's tons of that.
Yep.
So, well, it's just a little funnier with the English. It makes you feel more like a patriot to tell it with an Indian accent.
It does.
Would you have a special bumper made up if it was white folks?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I know. I'm just busting your balls here.
Yeah. No, again, Doghouse, this boils down to rather than just be rational, thought-out people and just sit down and discuss a problem and come up with a solution. It was, well, this is how we do it. That's how we've always done it, and we won't do it any other way. It's like, okay, so basically fuck the customer as long as it, doesn't fall within your guidelines or, ideology. That's the policy. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, like you just said, there's tons of that going around, so I'm not going to blame it. I'm not going to blame it all on India.
No, I understand that. I get that, but this is the first time that I've encountered this in such a vehement way and be actually screamed at. And I'm talking screaming here. I'm not talking about just raising the voice and speaking loudly or sternly. I'm talking screaming in your face about it.
Going up in pitch as well, in volume.
Oh, yeah, very shrilly for a man.
I have this problem. Once I get over the shock of that kind of thing, it makes me want to. My face betrays me. I get this smirk. Ever since I was a child, even when I was a kid, I was being bitched out in school or at home or whatever, they'd be like, "What are you smiling about?" I'm like, "I'm not. I didn't. It's not funny. I'm not trying to. I mean, yeah, you get that smirk on your face. God, I'd be fired."
Well, I will tell you, without giving too much away, I did give my former boss's son, who was 19 years old, a ride home one day, and I asked him flat out, because he was more Americanized. I asked him, I said, what is up with the yelling and the screaming? And he said, "Oh, that's just part of our culture." He says, "If my uncle," which is the guy I was talking about, "or my dad starts screaming or yelling," he says, "it paralyzes me and I can't even move."
Jesus.
That's what he told me.
Wow.
That sounds healthy.
Sucks to be him. He should grow a nice pair of American balls.
Well, I told him, I said, "Well, listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do or how to, conduct your life from here on out. I said, but if you intend on staying here in this country, I said, if you conduct yourself that way, I said, I would be a little bit leery because in this day and age, you're liable to get someone to pull a gun in your face.
Yeah.
I said, I would think twice about, carrying on that tradition.
Or you could get dragged into court, too.
Well, regardless of that, but
that would also cost you money.
Yeah, but he did tell me that he's paralyzed when they scream like that, and that apparently is the reaction that they're looking for. It's to paralyze you with fear, but I don't fear anybody or anything, and it didn't paralyze me at all. And you know what? That incident never happened again. Never. Not even once. Not even bat an eyelash at me. Because it's just like, oh, that doesn't work on him.
Sure. It's too bad you couldn't really, everybody hungers for revenge in these kind of situations. Think to, get back to their desk and they think of shit they should have said. I would say you acquitted yourself mightily, sir. Just by getting all stern back with him, you're not going to talk to me like that and all that shit.
Well, fortunately, I had some previous experience when I had business with my brother-in-law. We owned a surgical center, and there were several Indian doctors that worked there that we had to do business with because they were part owner. And I kind of knew a little bit about it, but not as much as I know now, but enough to know that I wasn't going to be intimidated by that.
Sure. So then tell me, sir, do you patronize Dunkin' Donuts at all?
No, I don't. I don't eat garbage like that.
Just curious, because, if there's a certain type of person operating the place, which there usually is in my area, just ask Joe Biden. He said it and had to apologize. It was the truth. If there is, you have to ask for your change.
Well, and I got stories about that, too.
Oh, okay.
I have stories about that, too.
Well, I so far this segment, I enjoy it much better than chuckling over, clucking our tongues over Negroes in the news.
Well, there's more to come.
All right, I anticipate it with bated breath.
All right, then.
Bated, faintly curry-scented breath.
Right. I can smell it from here.
Fuck you, pal.
Look, I think that was a minor approval from Doghouse.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll throw up an N-bomb here shortly.
Well, I will, because I do have a story here.
Of course you do.
A story or two.
Or 10.
Yeah.